French environmentalists demonstrated against the construction of a new airport in western France outside the venue where the government hosted a pre-climate conference meeting. Some protesters said France should follow the example of US President Barack Obama, who ruled out the Keystone Pipeline project last week, citing environmental concerns.
We are here to ask France and President Hollande to do the same with the Notre-Dame-des-Landes project.
French leaders hosted a 3-day meeting with officials from about 60 countries to find possible compromises for a climate deal. One of the toughest issues has been financing developing countries to help them develop sustainable energy sources.
Africa is endowed with huge renewable energy sources and potential. We need to harness this potential as quickly as possible. With the coming 10 years, Africa has to universally electrify all its rural areas. And that makes to create decent jobs to Africans. That also helps to curb migration to Europe and elsewhere.
U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry addressed the link between global climate change and security in a speech Tuesday.
For example, in Nigeria, climate change didn't lead to the rise of the terrorist group Boko Haram, but the severe drought that country suffered and the government's inability to cope with it helped create the political and economic volatility that the militants exploited to seize villages, butcher teachers, and kidnap hundreds of innocent schoolgirls.
British Foreign Secretary Philip Hammond, in a speech in Washington, argued that adopting measures to reduce carbon emissions will not ruin the economy.
The costs of doing nothing are potentially catastrophic, beyond anything that can easily be quantified in economic terms.
Opponents of President Obama's plan to reduce power plant carbon emissions say the measures would kill coal mining jobs and increase energy costs. Zlatica Hoke, VOA News, Washington.